all the pieces. I just bought the Intel core first, and then once it gets here, I'm gonna buy the rest of this. I'm gonna buy it in pieces and then deposit the money appropriately. So tomorrow I gotta go to the bank and deposit like $500
Look at you being responsible.
in cash. In cash.
Yes. What's going on, Patreon people?
All right. So I'm starting with Roman. Wallace, you talk about Roman a lot, and then just the shenanigans on Raw. I didn't get to watch SmackDown, unfortunately.
Yo, Kevin Owens stunner. That's all you have to know.
Yeah. Holy shit. And that he looks amazing.
Yo, you definitely lost some weight, got some new ink. That Ricky, yes, I agree. It's fucking sick.
What's this, 137 now?
137. Yep. People have the audacity to think Roman Reigns' leukemia was like a work. Like, not that he had ever had it, but the fact that he was not in remission anymore was a work. I mean,
that's so fucked up.
It's fucked up, but it's like I gotta see it. I gotta see it.
No, you don't have him on Good Morning America with like Robin Robinson if it's
you don't go that far for a fucking wrestling angle. Not in 2019.
Yeah.
But all right. We ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to record. There's no tip of the crowd because I didn't get a chance to look curated or anything.
Okay, that's fine. I'm recording.
I'm on holiday because I am on holiday and I am recording.
I'm recording too.
3, 2, 1. Roman. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. I hope it was as good for you to hear that music as it was good for me. Welcome, everyone, to episode 137 of the Kings of the Rings podcast. I am number one belt bro, Will Tarashuk, T.S. Thomas, ARASHUK. No belt this week. This one is actually colder than it was last week. But this is the Kings of the Rings podcast, KOTR _podcast, anywhere and everywhere podcast can be found. But the most important place is the Wrestle Addict Radio RSS feed that can be found everywhere, as well as King's podcast exclusively on SoundCloud. So for everyone on the network, not just the National Podcast, Football, Wrestlecast, Kayfabe Classics, on that feed, the handle is there. Dave, what's up, buddy?
Yo, what's up, everyone? It's the dustiest man in the game. Dusty Dave, Davey 8 Belts, you name it. I probably already have that gimmick. You can find me on Facebook, David Malkwich, MALKIEWICH. You can find me on Twitter, KOTR _Dusty Dave. You can find me on Snapchat, OZTEP, and on Instagram, OZTEP08. And what a week it has been in wrestling. And it is only Wednesday. I have Atlantic City to look forward to with good friend, brother Rob, Mr. Anthony DiStefano, and the Ramfather's father, Mr. DiStefano. I'm very much looking forward to that. But enough about me. We have all podcasts to talk about me. Where would I be without King Ricky Rose? How are you?
I mean, if we had a whole podcast to talk about you, like, I don't know.
It would be called Dave Definitions, but you shut that down.
It would be called Dave Definitions, and you shut that down, which is a shame, because I think we had a gold mine here. But what is always a gold mine is my beautiful voice. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is King Ricky Rose of the Kings of the Rings podcast, your executive producer of this podcast, your social media ambassador of KOTR _podcast across all of social media, and more importantly at this moment in time, your general manager of Wrestle Addict Radio, which will mention all of the shows. We have a rant gala that Wrestle Addict Radio will be a part of. We have a WrestleMania tailgate that Wrestle Addict Radio and Kings of the Rings will be a part of, and we will detail a bunch of that later on in the show. But for right now, what a week in wrestling it has been so far. I finally feel that we are actually on the road to WrestleMania with these last two shows.
Before we were just on the, ramp onto the highway. Now we're actually on the road.
We are on the road to main events of WrestleMania. The mid-card is kind of a mess. We will get into all of that and more. Roman Reigns, Kevin Owens, the women that are going to main event. They keep mentioning it. It's going to happen right after the break. Do not go anywhere.
Word. So whenever we go back, but I came up with this idea too, actually, as well. And I'm gonna post it on the war chat. Is that we should start re-recording new commercials, but just to promote the gala and
Mhm.
especially the tailgate.
Mhm.
Should be on everybody's show as commercials.
We should always be recording commercials, and every time you think of one, just record it and send it to me. And be like, hey, add this to the doc. I need that link to the doc, by the way.
Yeah, I need to
Again.
find it too. I'm going to talk to Mance this weekend anyways, because, I mean, besides the war room that me, Mance, and Dave are going to do, Dave, you're so good for 7 on Sunday, right?
Yeah, I'm literally like coming back from Atlantic City. I'm just stopping at my dad's place to get pierogies and coming back. So I should be back in Bayville by like 5:30. So yeah, 7's perfect.
Okay, yeah, we'll work it out, and we'll get this. We'll get the war room, the inaugural war room on the production line. And
Oh,
get it
yo, by
going.
the way, they've released the Becky Lynch mugshot on
I saw
WWE
it.
Shop.
And she looks really hot in it too.
Yo, well, it's kind of funny. I actually saw them put on Becky's Twitter. It was a photo that she took at one of the shows, and they just added the Atlanta PD or the whatever PD. So like, but yo, she looks bangarang, fucking
All right.
bangarang.
Sneaky bastards.
All right, let's bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
Let's mark this real quick. All right, and we're back. So, guys, before we get into Roman Reigns and all of wrestling, I have one thing to say. Mr. Davey 8 belts. If you remember last week, you told us you were going to have all your belts while
You
recording
want
tonight.
me? You
that's
want
fucked
all the
up.
belts? Fine. You guys start talking. I'll go get the fucking 8 belts.
Yes, do it.
Well,
let
we should.
let the hate go.
I should have mentioned this during the commercial. Let the hate run through him.
Let it flow, Dave. Let it flow.
Little does he know. Little does he know what's coming. Little does he know what's coming. All right. I hope it doesn't take like forever to find him. But so now we can actually talk about Roman Reigns in peace. No. Okay. Dave has 8. Do we know which 8 belts he has? Do we know all 8?
I know most of them. Okay. Even though Dave can hear us right now because he didn't take his headphones off as he's rummaging through his apartment or wherever he's living at the moment. So you have the Winged Eagle.
Mm-hmm.
You have the Spinner.
Yep.
You have the Intercontinental Championship.
Yep.
You have the newest WWE title.
Mm-hmm.
You have another version which you want at the Connors Curious tailgate.
Okay.
So that's 5. So
the North American belt.
I don't know if North American came in yet.
It came in. Yeah, it came in. I saw
Okay,
on Twitter.
North American.
Does he have an ROH belt?
He has the Ring of Honor World title.
Oh, that's 7.
What's the 8th one?
Motherfucker!
Oh, it's not the
Does
US
he have a
title.
US belt?
No, it's not the US title.
Is it a TNA belt?
No,
Is it a New Japan belt?
It might be a New Japan belt. I think it's the IWGP.
That sounds right.
I think it's the IWGP. I think that's the 8th.
That is a lot of belts.
Dave, are we right on any of this? I'm hearing a lot of his like heavy breathing and stuff right now.
I'm hearing rummaging. I can't wait to edit that. I'll keep it in. I'm gonna keep this one in. I usually cut it out. I'm gonna keep it in.
I think he's in his car right now. Coughing.
Well, I'm coughing, so we know he's alive.
Yeah.
No, this is not at all how I expected this segment to go.
Not at all.
We have so much to talk about.
I just want to know. I actually really want to know if we got them all correct.
I do too.
Oh my god, this is so heavy.
Oh my god, he's got them all.
All right, so Dave, list them all up. Did we get them correct?
Ring of Honor World Championship.
1.
All right, 1. We're good. We're 1 for 1.
Intercontinental.
2 for 2.
2.
Spinner belt.
3 for 3.
Okay.
All right,
3 for
yes.
3.
Winged Eagle.
4 for 4. All right, halfway there.
I know my Dave.
IWGP.
5 for 5. Oh, we got it. We got it. We got it. We're gonna go perfect right now.
Evolution Women's.
Oh,
God
damn it!
damn it!
Damn it! Damn it! Forgot about that one.
WWE.
Yeah. That
Okay,
one.
so 5, 6 or 7.
And the newest member of the
Yeah,
family.
North American.
7 for 8.
Oh, son of a fucking. Oh,
Oh,
I
look how
forgot about the
beautiful it is.
evolution belt.
Look how beautiful it is. All right, how many is he gonna wear?
Um, I'll just do 2 for now.
All right, Dave. Get that camera on you, Dave. Get that camera on you. This is
Yeah, we
important.
need to see those belts, man. We need to see the shiny gear.
Ah,
I forgot about the evolution one. Son of a
Yeah,
bitch.
I did too. All right, but Ricky,
Oh.
I think you could. I think we have. I can speak for both of us when I say, Dave, you look fucking ridiculous.
it's
8
not
belts,
easy being
Dave.
champ.
All right, all
Yeah,
right. So,
yo, and they're all gonna be hung up on that wall.
that's actually pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But Dave, we have an announcement for you. Me and Ricky are no longer the Belt Bros.
We are.
Yeah,
We're
The
the Iconic Bros.
That's right.
We are iconic.
Iconic.
We are like Ico Pro, but instead of Pro, it's Bro. We are the Ico
Ico
Bros.
Bros.
you're the Ico Bros.
We are the hashtag Ico Bros.
We are the Ico Bros.
The
We are
Ico Bros.
I
Bask in our
actually
greatness.
like that.
Damn it. You hate it.
oh, 8 belts. I can't believe you got all 8 of them. Okay. Okay.
I mean, they all weigh like 8 pounds. He does like 64 pounds walking.
Yeah,
up the
dude,
stairs.
especially the spinner belt.
No, fucking the Ring of Honor was in my trunk outside because I never took it out from Final Battle.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Okay, now that that's taken care of, business is taken care of. Belt Bros are dead. Ico Bros are full
Ico
in
Bros.
effect. All right, iconic. All right, now we can talk about wrestling.
We need to buy iconic shirts and just do the Ico Bros like pose all everywhere we go.
Dude, we need Rant to make an Ico Bro shirt so we can buy them.
Yes.
Yeah,
New t-shirt ideas. Ico Bros coming to a store near you with rest of our merch.
yeah, me and Ann are actually gonna hash out some ideas for my debut shirt.
Cool. All right, wrestling. Roman Reigns, guys. He looked phenomenal.
Yeah,
He looked like he gained more muscle.
no,
Honestly, it does. He looks beautiful.
I mean, like I've seen pictures on Twitter of people that were with him and his actual his trainer. So I've seen pictures of him the past couple weeks, but obviously, like, you know, they only do so much justice. But I mean, he looked in really good shape, really good spirits, and I mean, we got the announcement that we all as wrestling fans wanted, whether you're a Roman Reigns fan or not, that he's in remission. I also noticed today that he's being added back into the loop with the television schedule. They haven't started adding him back to live events yet.
Which
But
is usually the backwards of what you do, but he's such a big star.
Yeah,
You
but
need TV first.
I definitely think we're going to get Roman and Dean in Seth's corner for Mania, and that would potentially be the final time we see the Shield together as a trio, if in fact the Dean Ambrose knew, like, if he really is leaving. I'm not sure if that was like with the knowledge or without the knowledge of Roman's condition. I could potentially see him stay, but it really depends on what his reasons for not wanting to resign were.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, I wouldn't for the Seth versus Brock thing. I wouldn't want the Shield by his side.
Not needed.
I don't think it's needed, but I think they'll do it anyways because, I mean, this Roman story is a big deal. Like Roman was on Good Morning America.
What?
Like you got to capitalize off of this, whether it's
No.
like a cancer story or not. I get why they would do that.
I mean, I like was kind of just like shooting from the hip when I was saying that they should do it up to now, and even while it was going on. But the Raw, like it really played out with that, especially with you know, at the end of the night you have Roman and Seth on the ramp, Shield bump, but you had that fucking gap in the middle,
Stare down.
the stare down. So like, I definitely think it's gonna happen.
it was just weird because they didn't even pick him up off the fucking mat. They
Yeah,
just beat everybody up
kind of
and
ignored
left.
Dean Ambrose. I feel like it's kind of like a fuck you from WWE to Dean for leaving. Like
Yeah.
a fuck you first of all is saying, okay, we're gonna announce you're leaving. A fuck you two is, all right, we're gonna book you shitting on TV. A fuck you three is, we're just gonna have your brothers out there and just completely ignure you.
Yeah, that was weird
But
to me.
it makes sense storyline because literally you had Roman's the leukemia statement, and then you had their emotional, like, embrace at the top of the ramp to start the show. At the end of the show, you had Seth get turned on by Dean, and so for me it plays in storyline because once Roman in the story was no longer going to be there, the Shield fell apart. But this time around, it wasn't the same thing we saw in 2015. It actually was Dean. So that's why I was saying the past couple weeks, Roman was really the glue that held the Shield together. And then as soon as he was no longer there, literally that next moment, you have Dean becoming this lunatic, like an even crazier lunatic. And they start dressing like Bane, which was weird. But I think it plays together good with the storyline. And like I said, the prodigal son thing.
No, the prodigal son argument. Well, the
Yep.
prodigal son is Roman and not. What was it?
No,
Who'd you say it was? Would you say the
the
prodigal
prodigal
son was
son is
Dean?
Dean Ambrose. It's Dean Ambrose. It's Dean Ambrose.
By what my whole thing is the prodigal son actually left. Dean didn't leave yet. Roman actually
He
left,
left the Shield.
but he didn't
Dean,
leave
no,
TV. Like
no,
you still
no,
have a
but,
here. Hold on.
but
He still has that kind of Shield-esque connection. Like he left. Like I think. But with Roman was like I can see the whole Roman being the glue thing, but if Roman's the glue that holds everybody together, then if he returns, isn't it like the prodigal son coming back? He got cheered like he was the prodigal son. Like I think of a story of the prodigal son left,
no,
like
but
legit disappeared.
Dean
Was like fuck
legit
this.
turned his back on the Shield brother,
Uh huh.
turned on Seth, burned his gear, feuded with Seth, and now Roman's back. There's the ability for reconciliation for him to come back.
What about didn't they do that storyline already with Seth? So isn't Seth the original prodigal son? By that logic, wouldn't Seth be the original prodigal son of
Yeah,
the
because he's the
Shield?
one he was the one who destroyed the Shield. They had a whole documentary about it.
The destruction of the Shield.
I mean, Dave makes a good point. In storyline wise, it does. Yeah, Dean shouldn't have because of all the nefarious things he did. But there's times in wrestling where you can break kayfabe and it's completely appropriate. Like
Yeah.
everyone knows who isn't dumb or doesn't follow wrestling that Dean and Roman and Seth are still like homies in the bag. If anything, you can make the argument that Dean and Roman are closer than Seth and Roman.
That's correct.
So it was just weird. And it just seemed unnecessary. Just from like a humanistic point of view, but from storyline, yeah, sure, it's fine. I get it. I could also agree with Dave. I could see Roman in the corner of Seth because at this point he should do something at WrestleMania. I don't need him in a match because it needs to be a huge match. And at this point, there's no point.
Yeah.
I could see him, and I think he would help the storyline with Brock and Paul, and I think it would just add a little more flavor to this kind of stale feud right now because Seth was injured.
Watch us get a Roman heel turn, and Roman
See,
joins Brock.
that's something I was honestly just thinking about. And the question I want to raise, he came out, and this was one of the most
A hero's
real,
welcome.
emotional returns ever. Like this was, like Vicky mentioned this when he left. His hair. This was not Roman Reigns. This was Joe. His hair was in a bun.
Yes.
And he went around, interacted with as many fans as he could, hugged his mother, The Rock's mother, like into the ring, and he said thank you a million different times. Like he has formed this new connection with fans. I don't think he can ever turn heel. Because it's like the guy is just so eternally grateful, and like he said, he's a spiritual, religious guy. Like he's a man of faith. I don't think you can turn him heel now. I don't want to see him as a heel anymore.
But this is the best time to turn him.
Yeah, I also wouldn't mind Seth winning and Roman spearing the shit out of him.
Let's not forget, this is the same company that the night of his initial announcement had Dean turn on Seth. So
Which I hated it, but it was so good.
Yeah. I if anything, I don't want to see Roman turn until after. If Roman's going to turn, that is. If Roman's going to turn, I don't want to see it until after Dean's gone. Because while Dean's still here, like I'm literally picturing in my head, we're going to be there. I'm picturing Seth's winning and your fade to black moment at the end of the broadcast is Seth
Becky Lynch
with the
holding
Universal. Well, yeah, but I was gonna say no. Like, it's weird. I'm still, as much as I want it, I'm still not convinced that the women are going on last. As much as I want it, so
You should watch Raw then. You should watch Hulu Raw. It's there.
Dude, I don't like what they take out. Like, but you're gonna get that moment of Seth having the Universal title on his shoulder and Dean and Roman side by side with him doing that shield bump. So, like, if Roman's gonna turn, I want it to be after Dean's gone.
I don't see Dean anywhere near this Seth Brock match.
Yeah.
Because of kayfabe. If that was going to happen, they would have fist bumped Monday night.
Yeah. So I
They
don't know.
ignored him. They ignored him.
Yeah,
but
they
it's phenomenal to see Roman back. He looks amazing. Like he was almost in tears. I was melted in my bed, almost in tears.
It was a real moment for wrestling fans.
It was great.
I mean, as much as you hate Roman, there are people who hate Roman. And Roman said this. He's like, I got condolences and well wishes from people who even hated me. Like it showed how connected we are as a wrestling, I guess, community. And I mean, I'm not a Roman fan by any sense of the word, but I bought that new Roman shirt with the quickness. I was like, I got it.
Yeah,
it's hard to boo someone with cancer.
Yeah.
I immediately got that, and I got the Ric Flair one too. Got to get that Ric Flair drip go woo on a bitch.
Ric Flair went choke.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see what's gonna happen with Roman. But also on Raw, let's skirt over to the women. The biggest other thing going on.
Here come the women.
Here come the women. And of course, I am talking about Elias.
Alexa
no, I'm
Bliss.
just kidding. Well, then we'll get to that. We'll get to that too. We're gonna talk about Becky Lynch being arrested.
Oh, her Austin moment.
It's just like, wow, you're really trying to be Austin, aren't you? If she bleeds in the figure 8 and she like has that moment.
I really wanted her to, when she got arrested, to be like, "I ain't done with you, Vince. I ain't done with you by a long shot."
I want her to call in to JR while on commentary from jail. He uses her one phone call from jail to call JR on commentary.
Yeah. Or I wanted her to return later on in the night and crash the Flair thing with like a flamethrower because she's straight fire.
I honestly thought that she was gonna get arrested in the Ric Flair birthday, but I'm glad they saved that for the returning Batista. Hopefully, we get that match. He will be on Raw moving forward, I believe. But I don't know for some reason the Becky getting arrested segment it just didn't hit with me.
I loved it.
I loved it.
She hobbled and just whipped ass everywhere. She doesn't give a fuck.
Wrestling, it's just kind of like they've done it too many times over the years.
But if they're done well, it can be very entertaining. Like, remember when Stephanie McMahon got arrested?
Yeah, that was fucking amazing.
Nothing beats Vince McMahon getting arrested in Brooklyn and the shirt that we got out of it. So.
Oh, the Vince mugshot.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, arrest angles are good, but it just pushes the storyline that Becky is just this vigilante doing whatever she wants to try to get back to that main title scene.
I'm more interested in what happened after with Ronda coming back to the ring.
Ronda screwing up promo.
We'll get there. We'll get there. Probably before we can walk.
I mean...
Aren't we there right now?
We still talking about Becky?
I think that was a perfect segue into Ronda and what happened next.
Yeah, she came in, whipped ass, and then got arrested and left.
Yeah, she's gonna hold that
And
title at the end.
yeah, and I mean, Ronda lays out the belt in front of Stephanie after botching that promo terribly and begging her to reinstate Becky.
We
So
forget that Ronda's still like less than a year into wrestling.
No, I don't think you can use that excuse anymore. It's we gotta step up and go home.
I mean, she's trial by fire. Like, could you go into that ring right now?
Fire.
Could you go into that ring right now and be like, cut a promo on stuff?
If you want to be the main event of WrestleMania, yeah, you better get it.
Yeah,
You better
but
pull it
I'm
off.
asking you. I'm not asking Ronda. I'm asking you.
Well, I'm not a professional.
You're giving me excuses. You're not giving me an answer.
Could I do it? No, but I'm not a professional wrestler.
Thank you. That's all I'm asking.
But I wouldn't be expected to. I shouldn't be expected to. She should be expected to.
I don't think she can be expected. She hasn't been a professional wrestler, like I said, for less than a year.
Then she shouldn't be in the spot then.
Why not?
She's had the women's championship since SummerSlam. Her promos have gotten not better. They've gotten worse.
I don't think they've gotten worse.
Promos.
She's had good promos. I don't think they've gotten worse. So I just think you're not going to be consistent yet, being less than a year into wrestling. No one's consistent. No one is that gifted.
No, but it's not even that. It's that she crumbles under the pressure of the audience.
Well, yeah, but that's also something you learn as a performer. Like, you're not going out there. This isn't a sport. This is entertainment. Like, you have to learn how to work a crowd. Not everybody's masterful at working a crowd. Even Braun Strowman struggles at working a crowd too.
Like I think Braun Strowman's an afterthought now.
Like but here's the thing. But I think we're like, this is a new profession. It's like Will, you going into like becoming like working at a 5-star restaurant and being a chef. Your first year, you're probably gonna screw up a couple of times.
That I've been saying since she debuted, she should have a mouthpiece. So she could have that experienced person on the mic do it for her, and she just has to show up in the ring.
But Heyman, I do know that Heyman has been working with her backstage.
Yeah, I understand that. I don't see why they don't have it on screen as well.
Because she's a face, not a heel. Heyman only works particularly with heels.
I think the important thing is that she gets the body language. I don't think Vince will do it for either. I don't think she needs a mouthpiece. I am anti-Ronda mouthpiece at this point because
faces don't have mouthpieces anyways.
And she should eventually be at the caliber to pull it off by herself. I think a mouthpiece stunts her growth.
Yeah. Sometimes trial by fire is good, and also that's how athletes learn. That's how natural athletes learn. You do it, you screw up, you go back and do it again.
And the angle's like the angle's not getting over. Like this, Becky's over, Ronda's still over, but the only thing here is what Charlotte. We need more Charlotte. We need more development and storytelling for why Charlotte should be in this match, other than the fact that she's a Flair.
That's what you're going by. That's the only reason she's in the match.
But I mean, you have her doing double duty with Raw and SmackDown, and on SmackDown, since technically Ronda doesn't have the title, so technically our Raw Women's Champion is vacant. You have Charlotte mentioning come Monday, Vince, you want to give the championship to someone? I'm right here. Charlotte's doing all she needs to do.
Yeah, she's just being that sniveling, annoying heel that gets everything. The bigger picture here is, and we'll talk about even more on SmackDown, is Vince being a shitty booker and going against the fans. I think this leads to a bigger story down the road, but it's becoming very, very prominent during this WrestleMania of Vince being the guy to not be willing to relinquish control to other people.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we see right now there's a lot of booking on the fly. Like the WrestleMania match card right now is not set in stone completely. It's pretty evident. I think you can tell by watching TV. They have no idea what the fuck they're doing other than their top 3 or 4 matches.
As of now, there are 2 matches.
Confirmed 2 matches, yes.
Yeah. I'm saying 3 or 4 because the third one is obviously Batista Triple H.
Yeah.
And I mean, you have 0 progression with those WWE Championship. You're not getting that till after Fastlane, but we think we're starting to get a clear picture with what happened on SmackDown, Kofi being removed, but we'll get more to that later.
Bullshit.
You have no progress whatsoever with Asuka. It's almost as if the SmackDown Women's Championship doesn't exist.
Which is a shame.
Yeah, you're doing dirty the Women's Championship on SmackDown, and I'm very disappointed how dirty they've done Asuka on the main roster. Losing the streak at Mania after winning the first Women's Royal Rumble, fading into obscurity, to having winning the belt at TLC, to now having a Fastlane match announced via shitty Photoshop online.
But also, don't forget, she had that phenomenal match with Becky Lynch at Royal Rumble, which is a great match. That should have skyrocketed Asuka's championship run, and it didn't, unfortunately.
The problem is there's no contenders, which is why I stick by my original comment not too long, like a while ago, saying they should have unified the belts. But
I still say split them up.
If you listen to friend of the show, Matt Man, and Andrew Zarian, he thinks that Lacey Evans is going to go up against Asuka.
That'd be interesting.
Don't get me fucking started on Lacey Evans. Oh my God, I can't deal with this shit.
She's like a lady.
Worth it. It's fucking worthless. You want to know
like
what?
A lady.
I could give a shit. I wouldn't mind if she got future endeavored tomorrow.
Wow,
I have seen absolutely nothing from her.
Did you watch her in NXT? She was actually pretty talented.
She should have stayed there. She should have stayed there.
I personally don't think it's going to happen, but I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't mind seeing the build. I'm gonna skip the match. I'll go to the bathroom and get a beer, but I wouldn't mind seeing the build. Not gonna lie. I think it'd be entertaining as fuck.
It'd be an interesting build. I think Lacey Evans.
Who the fuck else is gonna go up against her?
I'll take a page out of another friend of the show era, the Ram Father. Give me Nikki Bella Asuka for all I care.
Of course he did. Of course, no, you're not getting Nikki. We don't want Nikki to die in the ring.
I would enjoy Nikki versus Asuka a lot more than Lacey versus Asuka, or what we're getting at Fastlane, Mandy versus Asuka. Give me Sonya versus Asuka. She's more talented of the two of them. But
it's
no,
not about talent. It's about hair color.
Yeah. So fuck Vince, fuck WWE. They're doing it dirty. Might as well not even have a championship.
Dave, are you upset a little?
Dude,
yeah, did Lacey Evans block you too? Like, what's going on here, Dave?
No, I'm just okay. Sorry that I like to see people deserving of shots or pushes get these pushes.
Dave, this is WWE, but this isn't NJPW.
Dude, but bro, I don't fucking care. Lacey Evans didn't even deserve to be called up from NXT.
But that's what you have to realize. There's a difference between that. Like, WWE doesn't always base things off of logic and who deserves it. You know,
they rarely do.
Ring of Honor maybe does. NJPW maybe does. But like,
this is called sports entertainment. But guess what? It's not even entertaining. So it's not.
I've seen her walk. It is very entertaining.
Lacey Evans entertains the shit out of me.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you're chauvinist and you only care about how she looks.
Not at all.
Okay. Thinking someone's attractive doesn't make me a chauvinist.
Yeah.
Liking someone because she's attractive doesn't make me a chauvinist. Makes me a man.
or someone who's attracted to females.
Actually. Yeah. Okay, makes me a straight man. Makes me a straight man. Let me correct that.
But again, like I said on the last episode, famous people who have strutted into the ring as part of their debut packages. Trish Stratus, Stacy Keibler, all blondes, by the way, which is kind of cool.
I don't think Lacey Evans deserves the WrestleMania spot. If it is, it's probably gonna be on the pre-show. But
I mean, neither did Fandango,
But I mean, well, it just kind of we'll have to wait and see. Someone who is definitely getting a good push though is Aleister Black and Ricochet. They were flipping around all over Hulu Raw. It was pretty incredible. Aleister Black is already pretty much over in my mind. I think the crowd has gotten into him real quick.
Dude, I 100% believe he's going to be the first of the call-ups to get main roster gold. I do like this tag team, and it's kind of interesting because we also have them tagging together in the Dusty Classic on NXT.
They're called Black O'Shea.
No, they're just called
I'm fucking.
Aleister Black and
I,
Ricochet.
I'm fucking with you.
Alistair
But
O'Shea.
Alistair O'Shea. I like Black O'Shea. Maybe that's just me.
He can be part of
but
the Echo Bros.
They are iconic.
like I really do like them together, but I'm still bothered. Well, okay, this I'm still wondering why the two of them, Ciampa and Gargano. Well, Gargano was supposed to have a match on SmackDown that got cut. Like they have more storylines going on the main roster than half of the call-ups from the first set, and it just doesn't make sense.
The calls from the first and the calls from the second.
Yeah, this is NXT's main event scene. Of course, it's gonna get a better push. But guys, hear me out here. I'm gonna fantasy book for a second, and I want to know which outcome you guys would prefer.
Right.
So I want to see Aleister Black versus the Demon.
Okay.
At WrestleMania. But here's my dilemma for the ending. What's more important? I think they'd have a great build. I think they're both faces. It's kind of like a dream match. Do you have Aleister Black? Which is the bigger moment? Aleister Black pins Finn Balor and he's a superstar, or Finn Balor defeats Aleister Black in a fantastic match and they're potentially both superstars?
Finn Balor defeats Aleister Black and they both become superstars.
The Demon, and I think Aleister Black can put on a fantastic match, but I don't want to see Finn buried because of it.
Finn needs the win.
That Finn needs to win, and that Aleister Black still fresh in his call-up. They're not going to go anywhere near that match.
Also, I don't know if they won't go anywhere near it. I think
they have enough time.
I think everything's up in the air, and I think everything's up for grabs at this time. And also think about WrestleMania 32. You had AJ Styles versus Chris Jericho in a fantastic match, and conventional wisdom said AJ should have went over. However, AJ didn't win over, but AJ lost, but he got over in a very huge way.
But he got over in a huge way, but I mean, also when you factor it, he came from another company at the Rumble and all that. So he came from outside WWE in, while Aleister's still under the WWE umbrella. So I don't think they can be compared.
Well, yes, you can. I'm not talking about where they came from. I'm saying somebody who may deserve to become a superstar. They both, one came up in the Rumble they debuted at the Rumble. Obviously, one had to sit in NXT and one didn't. But they're both fresh to the main roster. And we're asking, do we make Aleister a star now in a win, or can he still be made a star in a loss? And I say he still can be made a star in a loss, just like AJ was made a star in a loss.
But I think the logical choice that would if this does happen, I think Aleister would beat Finn, and Finn would kind of go back into obscurity for the sake of Aleister Black. I mean, this guy. You can't say this match can't be built that quickly, because all Aleister Black needs is what they're doing. Phenomenal matches, acrobatics. He has a unique look. He's a big guy who can do these crazy things.
Yeah,
and
but
to see some more promo packages. And all you need is one promo in the ring between Aleister and Finn, and it's over.
Sure, that's fine. But Aleister's not selling like Finn is.
Because he's being showcased as a fucking demon.
You're going to put it on your money guy. And you're not going to give Finn this title just to have him lose it again in, 6 weeks? That's career suicide.
Honestly, I think they would do it to Finn. I think Finn is the transitional champion.
I disagree.
That's because you guys are huge Finn marks, though.
No, not that I'm a huge Finn mark. I mean, Dave's bigger Finn mark than I am. But it's more so I don't think you would have him go through that struggle after losing the Universal title to prove himself, because Vince obviously thought he was injury prone, and then to give him the workman's title and not actually have him work with it and elevate people.
That's fair. WrestleMania is a short show, though. It's in flip a coin, anything can happen.
This is very true. And also, when you want to think about it, we do know about Bruce Pritchard just got signed as part of the creative team.
Yeah, Monday was his first day.
Pritchard got signed as well as Biss got signed as part of the creative team, as well as Shane Helms, and I forgot who the fourth guy is.
Me.
One of the Daivari's older brother is also now working in production.
Well, no, I'm talking about it's Bruce, Shane, the Hurricane Shane,
Abyss,
and someone else. But be that as it may, the circling rumors that Vince is upset with the way the direction that Mania 35 is panning out, which I think this is why we're getting edgier. Oh, Jeff Jarrett, my fault. Jeff Jarrett is also part of creative.
That's a
So
strong team.
that's a strong team. It's also a team that likes to be really fucking edgy, and I think that's what we're getting leading into Wrestle. If you look at you look at the Raw and SmackDown from this week, it's a very edgy two shows, and it's very intriguing. And I think Vince brought them in to up the ante and be a little bit more edgy and be a little bit more real, which is all of their wheelhouses.
It's like TNA without Al Snow.
Yeah, and with someone controlling what they can and cannot do.
Right.
Like you have Jeff Jarrett on a leash. You have like Bruce Pritchard. Be like, all right, let's. You have Bruce Pritchard on a leash, and like you can control them a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what we're going. We're getting a very edgy build because right now the one thing that this WrestleMania is missing is an edgy build. And then we got Batista and Ric Flair, and I was like, oh, here we go.
Oh fuck! I completely forgot that was on Raw. All right, that is a perfect segue to the last segment on Raw. I have mixed feelings.
Blue Tista.
Blue Tista in the glasses.
On Raw, he wears blue stuff, a blue nose ring, blue sunglasses. On SmackDown, he wears red stuff.
I think he secretly likes being called Blue Tista.
Yo, I was watching a video from the WrestleMania 30 press conference when he did a one-man show of at the podium speaking and the audience asking him questions. It's fucking hilarious.
Really?
But I love it. I found it funny that they brought out they brought out Steamboat, they brought out Sting, and it looked like the only thing Sting did was throw shades towards Seth Rollins. It looked
Sting's pissed.
So you did see that. It wasn't just me.
Sting's pissed.
Yeah, and apparently after the show went off the air, fucking Jinder Mahal went through the cake. But I like it. And then even on Twitter, Batista said that this isn't over. You can expect more where that came from. So if this leads to the Triple H Batista's possible last match, I'm down for it. I've wanted it ever since the SmackDown 1000 where
oh yeah, Triple H never beat me.
Yeah, you never beat me, Hunter. So I'm all for it. Will they put on a masterpiece? No, of course not. I don't need a masterpiece from them.
They could though.
This is a match the WrestleMania card really needs. This is like the middle of the show, intriguing match that people are gonna look forward to.
It's a nostalgia match.
It's a peak point. It's a peak point in the show.
Yeah, it's very interesting that he did it, and especially the way he came back. Like we've never really, in my knowledge, we've never really seen Batista that edgy before. Where it was like found footage, and he.
Do you remember him beating the shit out of Rey Mysterio? You are my friend.
Well, yes, I remember that, but it's Rey Mysterio. It's not a 70-year-old dude that he dragged him out by his throat and his tie.
Dude, no. well, first he dragged the cameraman to the locked Ric Flair door, broke into the locked Ric Flair door. You hear like commotion, and then dragging by the collar of his button-up shirt, Ric Flair is turning blood red from a stroke, like it. And I mean, I still find it funny that Charlotte mentioned absolutely nothing of the sort. Like, my dad's okay, everyone. It's almost as if like Raw's a completely different universe. Like, yeah. But no, if this leads to Batista, Triple H, I'm all down for it. Like, I would love to see this match live. I do know Triple H is cleared for ring return after his injury from that show, copyright infringement.
The indie show in Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
Here's my take. I love the idea. I love the match. Did not like the execution completely.
Love the execution.
Because you brought all these people out to the ring. Everyone's on the stage for no reason.
Yeah, you did, to sell seats.
Sure. But then you have
It's a
Batista. You have
classical
Batista
wrestling
in the
work.
back. You call him out. All right, Hunter, do I have your attention now? And Hunter runs back to the back, and Batista's gone.
Yeah, it's called anticlimactic.
That's what I
You
mean. It
should
was anticlimactic. I
you
was like,
should
well,
know
this...
you should know that theater movie guy. Remember when Samoa Joe knocked on the door of AJ Styles' house and then SmackDown went off air? It leaves you wanting more.
This
You are
didn't
not
leave me,
creating.
it
You're
sure
not
leave me
creating a
wanting
one time.
more, but it left me. That didn't leave me disappointed though. This left me disappointed because
Why are
it
you
should have and should have
disappointed?
been better. It
No,
could have
this
been
is
better.
perfect. This is perfect. You are not booking for this one off. You're booking long term. If you give everything off that first like meetup again, you lose the
Dude,
rest of the
they
week.
still have 6 Raws that they have
Yeah,
to take care of.
you're
Something
building
should
a
have been done in the ring.
story.
That's
No,
my issue.
no. This is a match for moving people apart.
In the ring, you don't have the match become official until week after Fastlane.
This is classic wrestling booking. You leave these people separated until they can finally get their hands on each other. They've done this for years. This is
Like
easy wrestling book.
when Undertaker put the pen through Brock Lesnar's hand
Yeah,
before the contract signing.
Goldberg, Brock. They didn't touch each other for weeks.
There was still like it just didn't like it.
It's a surprise return.
It was definitely a surprise. I was like, holy fuck, Batista. I was eating my pizza. Oh my god, it's Batista.
Yeah, it's a surprise return, and you work off that surprise. Now you're just like, all right, why is he here? What's he going to do next? You have to have the fans questioning what's going to happen, because fans questioning means they're curious, means they're going to tune in
I have
next
no
week.
problem with the outcome either. The whole storyline of saying, hey, Hunter, do I have your attention now? There's been reports that saying Batista's been trying to get back in the company for weeks, and they've just been, quote unquote, ignoring him. So it's a storyline. It makes perfect sense to do what he did. It's just like all that I like. It is booking 101. It was just the execution of how to get there I didn't like.
Why? No, you do it all the time, right? Think about the last time I've had celebrations. Every celebration gets ruined. No celebration goes the way it's supposed to in WWE. When Stephanie was going to get married to Tess, Triple H was on the ramp being like, hey, I married her already. When freaking Billy and Chuck were about to get married on SmackDown, you had 3-minute warning ruin everything. Nothing goes to plan. This is just another classic WWE trope where you have this massive celebration and it's highly advertised, and at the last second, it all goes to shit. We've seen this thousands of times.
We all knew that something was going to happen to the ceremony. We all knew that. The way Batista dragged Ric Flair, I was like, holy shit, what did Ric Flair say about the Guardians of the Galaxy director? I don't know. But
that's a good one.
It's like it did what it had to do. We still have 6 Raws that we need to book for, and mind you, a lot of the Raw time is being spent on the women's and the Universal. So we still have 18 hours of Raw.
You got to wait on it a little. You got to wait on it. I get it. You're wasting appearances, but you know who wastes appearances all the time? Brock fucking Lesnar.
Yeah,
and besides, Ric Flair already
came out.
Ric Flair already had his birthday party that weekend. Everybody who he needed to see was there.
This was literally this was a TV angle, of course.
Just for show. Yeah. So why are you complaining about a blatant TV angle?
Yeah, and there was even a picture taken of Triple H and Chris Jericho. Triple H at AEW confirmed. Ha ha ha.
I just want a better execution.
What is better execution?
Well, you should just be happy you're going to get a Batista
I think it would have been better. I mean, the visual, that's kind of my issue. The visual of him dragging Ric Flair was so good, but it could have even been something as Flair's out in the ring and then, like, all my friends here and then Batista's music kid's like, what about me, guys? What about me? What about Batista?
No, that's a stupid angle. You want an edgy angle. Do you think Batista going out there and being like, what about me would work? Because guess what? Batista did that after WrestleMania 30. He went out there and said, what about me? Well, my title shot, Triple H said no, and Batista said bye. So if you really want to do that angle again, then it'll look stupid. You have to have Batista up the ante. He hasn't been getting attention from Triple H in the conventional ways. So he goes after what Triple H cares for the most, and that's Ric Flair.
Dude,
and someone that Triple H idolized.
Even though it was done a couple years ago, Batista should... You want to know how else he should get Triple H's attention? Attack him at NXT.
That would have been a great angle.
Like Seth Rollins did it before they signed like the waiver.
Oh, Worlds Colliding, yeah.
So like and who knows? I think there's still one more set of NXT tapings before Mania weekend, so there's still time to do that. But I'm excited that I'll get to see Batista.
I've never seen Batista wrestle.
Neither have I.
I just want to be there for his pyro because I know his pyro is going to be off the chain.
Oh, I'm totally excited for the match. I'm excited for the future build. It's going to be fantastic. Everything that happened, I guess, sure makes sense. It's just the execution. It's something in the ring.
No,
Not even any physicality.
No. You create the mystery. You have to create a sense of mystery and what if and curiosity. If they go to blows already, then you lose that.
Even a stare down between Batista and Triple H.
No, you don't do that, Chet. You create him coming back. Did you see Batista coming? No. That's your moment. Oh shit, Batista's back.
Sure.
Did Vince and Austin always go to physicality when they were feuding? No, they didn't.
Well, it was mainly, Austin being physical against Vince, not the other way around.
But not every segment with them ended up in physicality.
A lot of them did. I've watched recently.
Or ended up them being in the same area. Like once, Austin, it's happened at the Nassau Coliseum. Austin put cement into Vince's Corvette.
Oh my God! Watching those windows explode out was hilarious.
Exactly, but there was no physicality between them, but it was still a great moment.
Yo,
you knew the tension was there.
Gun. You even have the gun. Bang 316.
And Vince pissing his pants.
That was in the ring, though.
It doesn't matter.
It makes a big difference from in the ring and a recorded segment backstage.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. How many times did the Shield do a recorded segment backstage? They were over as fuck.
Triple Powerbomb, though, is always better in the ring.
Not necessarily.
The table.
Not necessarily.
The bigger, better moments happen in or around the ring.
That is incorrect. That is incorrect. You know what's a huge moment? How about Stone Cold Steve Austin throwing The Rock's Intercontinental title into the river? Huge moment of Raw.
Well, there's always exceptions to the rule.
No.
Or the destruction of the DX Express
outside of the ring. Or Vince McMahon dying.
Vince McMahon dying.
Or Vince McMahon dying. Or what was it? Eddie Guerrero and Edge when they went into the Gulf of Mexico. Was that Eddie and Edge?
Cena Edge.
Cena Edge.
That wasn't that the Long Island Sound.
It was Long Island Sound. My bad. You are correct.
Someone threw someone into the. No, it was someone threw Edge into the Gulf of Mexico though.
That's true. It was somebody. I forgot who it was. You also have Undertaker being burned in a casket, which didn't happen in the ring at all.
Happened on stage though.
It didn't happen in the ring.
Still happened in the arena.
No. You're
like original, in front of the live crowd.
No, Will, you cannot change. You said it has to happen in the ring. The original argument is in the ring. You got to stick with it. It's no
flip-flopping right now. Ringside, like on the stage. That's all the same.
In the ring. It's not the same.
If Batista dragged Ric Flair out to the stage, that would have been even 10 times better.
No, I disagree.
But you couldn't do that because all the superstars were there.
I still disagree.
You can't drag a 70-year-old man that long.
Yeah, that's called death. Yeah, that's death. You can't do that.
Well, you don't show the whole thing. It's kayfabe. It's like the music hits, and instead it just shows Batista dragging him on the stage. You go, Triple H, do I have your attention now? And he gives him the finger, then he runs.
No.
Do I have your attention?
That would have been better.
No, that doesn't work. Like you said, with all the people on that stage, it wouldn't work at all.
Well, yeah, that's why.
And with all the people, and that's what all the people there. That's why you have Batista in his moment in a backstage segment. You do it all the time. You know who's good at backstage segments? The fucking Undertaker. Undertaker did mysterious shit all the fucking time.
No, he's spooky.
Yeah, but remember, Where To, Stephanie? That was backstage. Austin getting run over did not happen in the ring. That's one of the more iconic moments in the Attitude Era.
I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people. I did it SmackDown?
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Yeah, I see that. Okay, we're going to go to SmackDown because there's no tweets this week. We're going to SmackDown right after the break. Do not go anywhere. We've talked about that for a long time. All right, Take Next Podcast. We'll be right back.
$52 minutes so far.
Yeah,
I still need more ads.
I definitely think our ad thing should definitely be now promoting. I'm going to post it when I get up. Be like, hey guys, new thing. We are promoting WrestleMania from here on out. So everybody create new ads.
Word, I'll record one and I'll put it in the for. Do we have a folder for commercial stuff on our media fire?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Okay.
So, Dave, here's what you're going to do. Because I'll do one this weekend as well. Do a commercial a
For
minute.
what?
No. Do a commercial for a minute at longest. Do one for WrestleMania tailgate for the fourth wall. And then do another one for the gala.
Okay.
Minute max.
It
All right?
should be 30 seconds or a minute.
Yeah.
No 45 bullshit.
So
Wait,
get whatever details you need from anybody and see how
I
you
mean,
can.
I know. I'm pretty sure I screenshotted
The Rant Gala?
the Rant Gala thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, actually, let me just screenshot that again.
Don't talk
Wait,
about what we're going to be doing, but just do an overview of the Rant Gala and some of the stuff that's going to be on there. Don't go play by play with it.
Oh yeah, no, I know. And what's the place called?
I think it's like Estuary Apartments or something. You don't have to go into detail about the location. Just hype up the gala, and like if you want to be a part of a gala, subscribe to our Patreon and stuff.
$1.
$1.
Total, my lord. All right. Bring it back.
Did you mark it?
In 1 second. All right, we are back. Now, gentlemen, I was super busy this week doing fun things. I did not get a chance to watch SmackDown. My 3-week streak has come to an end, but I have it up in front of me. Huh?
That's what you get for doing shrooms.
Fuck you.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Kevin, I heard Kevin Owens. What the fuck? What happened? What?
Okay,
Ricky, walk me through. I said Ricky.
I'll walk you through because it was some bullshit. Also, happy Black History Month. That's what Vince pretty much told the world. So what happened was, SmackDown started with the contract signing, and Daniel Bryan and Rome were already in the ring. WWE does this fantastic video package of Kofi's career, like from his debut match up until present day. They show you all the highlights, all the Rumble moments, everything. It's beautiful. It really is. Shane and Stephanie in there they're happy, they're proud about this contract signing. When New Day comes out, Kofi's about to get his moment and sign him, and all of a sudden you hear Vince's music. And all right, you're like, okay, Vince is here, and he's like, Kofi, thank you for your 11 years. You like, I really appreciate what you've done. However, as the chairman and CEO, I have to bring you fans the best product possible. And Kofi, you're not it. And the person and so right now, Kofi, I'm taking you out of the Fastlane main event, and I'm gonna replace you with Kevin Owens. And Kevin
So he
Owens
essentially did the same thing he did to Becky just for no reason.
Yes.
Cool. What a fucking waste.
Yeah, what a dick. But the big thing about it is that, again, he blindsides his own children.
Yeah.
Well, like any good father does.
and Kevin Owens walked to the ring like he walked by Kofi, sat at the table, and
stared down
Daniel Bryan and signed the contract.
So is Kevin Owens supposed to be a heel or a face? Like, I'm confused.
And it's really funny that Vince McMahon is the one that's backing Kevin Owens,
which also makes no sense because he hates that he's fat.
He's not fat anymore.
And if we remember correctly, to get the match in the match with Shane, Kevin Owens fucking knocked Vince out. Like, there's no continuity, but the good thing that comes out of it looks like we're getting Kofi for Mania, which
I would be so happy for.
I'd be so happy, but I'm really concerned with Kofi, Becky, and Seth all getting their moments at Mania. Someone's going to get overshadowed.
Why not? It's an iconic Mania. It's Mania 35. This is a big thing. This is a major, you think of major Manias: WrestleMania 10, big Mania; WrestleMania 20, big Mania; WrestleMania 30, big Mania;
25.
25. Big mania.
Huge mania. The best mania.
Oh, that's arguable.
Well, for me it is.
Huge mania. So now you have a number which should be a huge mania. And why not have it be a huge mania? Why not have it be a change of regard? I think the bigger story is, like I said, Vince booking on the fly and everybody hating it. And if this is and I really hope this could be the long-term plan of how you write Vince off of TV and how you let Triple H, Stephanie, and Shane take more control of the company. I really have a feeling that within the next year or two, we won't see Vince on TV ever again.
Maybe, but I think he's going to be pulling the strings until the day is in the ground.
Which is also very possible.
I don't think anyone has the right to say otherwise.
No,
if that's what he wants to do, he's earned that right.
I mean, he has, but it's so like this plays off like Vince. Here's the thing: it plays off as if Vince doesn't have a grasp of what the fans want now. Yeah, I mean, granted, it's also Vince being the character, and he's toying with us, which makes him a genius. But you also have the other people like Triple H, Stephanie, be like, "We're going to pander to you guys now." And even Vince was there for a little bit, and Vince like, you know what, fuck that.
I think to an extent, Vince will listen to Triple H, specifically Triple H, because he went to Triple H and said last week, he said, "I need your top 4 guys from NXT now," and Triple H called up those 4, and he just had full faith in them.
Yeah.
So,
and I think everything's up in the air. You have new writers, new faces. This WrestleMania could be totally unpredictable, and it has been so far.
I think Vince still gets shit for no reason. I think he knows what he's doing.
I think he does, but I think in the moment he seems clueless. But that's also a sign of sometimes a good genius.
He also doesn't know what a burrito is. So let's be serious.
Let's be super serial, guys. I'm sorry, it's an unpopular opinion. I don't want to see Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania.
I don't.
Here's what I see.
It's not
the match.
main eventing.
I don't. I
what's the big
just
deal?
see it being stuck on the undercard.
It was never intended to main event.
I know, but your WWE Championship should be close to the top of the card, and I don't think Kofi Kingston's that guy. Kevin Owens is that guy.
WWE Championship has never been at the top of the card ever since they split it away.
I agree,
last
but it
hasn't
year co-main evented.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, it did. AJ Shinsuke.
It didn't co-main event.
It's the second to last match.
No, it wasn't. It was the third to last.
Third to last match. Sorry, I forgot about Braun Strowman and the kid.
Yeah.
But the WWE Championship should be on the upper third of the card, not the lower third. And Kofi puts it in the lower third. I'm sorry.
I don't think it puts it in the lower third at all. I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree, especially with the fans support right now. That's definitely top
it's a hot match.
Of the card.
Sure, I think it's a hot match.
It's a hot match, and it's even hot.
Main event. I don't see the money.
It's even hotter now with him being removed from the Fastlane event.
The fans are going to want him on WrestleMania more now. Yeah.
Like, I like
Kevin Owens back for a Fastlane match and not get that spot at Mania. That's a triple threat, which I also think is stupid.
What do you think the women's triple threat isn't stupid?
I think that's brilliant.
Why one over the other?
Because Kevin Owens is returning.
Okay.
And there's no story, there's no reason for a triple threat.
You know what else that didn't have a story and didn't have a reason for a triple threat? Charlotte Flair being in the match.
Yeah,
there's no story,
I agree with you there, but the main reason is really Becky right now, but they still need to develop that Charlotte character. And by the end, I think it will be fully developed and it's going to be worthy. I just have to wait for it.
Develop
right,
Charlotte.
Right now,
Charlotte's
in the moment, I agree with you. I think Charlotte shouldn't be there. Long run, I think she deserves it, though. Once the build finally happens.
I don't think there's anything to build right there. Charlotte's already been a heel. So we've seen this heel Charlotte before. What else is there?
What did she do on SmackDown this week?
She just did a promo.
She cut a promo talking about how Ronda laid the championship in the middle of the ring, said she'll be at Raw on Monday if Vince wants to crown her new Raw Women's Champion.
That was literally it.
Technically, as of right now...
That's an issue. That's an issue because I think you need some blendo. I think you need Ronda on SmackDown. You need Becky on SmackDown still, even though Becky was in jail.
The problem is, Becky's in jail and Ronda walked out.
Yeah, so you gotta wait.
The only people left to carry it right now is Charlotte.
Yeah, by the end of this feud, the triple threat will be warranted. I can't see a main reason why Kofi Kingston versus Kevin Owens versus Daniel Bryan will be worthy of a triple threat in the next coming weeks.
I don't see a reason why Kevin Owens would be worthy of a title shot.
He's just coming back.
Because he's returning doesn't mean shit.
I don't think he should get a WWE title shot either. But like, who else is Daniel Bryan gonna face?
You give him AJ for the umpteenth time. They put on great matches.
Not again.
Yeah, no, they put on great matches.
Yeah, but they've already had a big 4 match. They already had their blow off.
No,
Okay.
I mean, it looks like we're getting AJ versus Orton,
which I don't like
at Fastlane. So I don't
know
what
I like.
I don't know where that's gonna lead to Mania, but
the Orton Bryan. That's a top tier main event.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. Not at all.
Marketability, it is.
No,
match quality. Match quality debatable. Build definitely.
Build no.
Nope.
I would rather see Randy Orton than Kofi Kingston at WrestleMania.
You have 2 heels facing against each other.
Well, Orton's is kind of like in limbo right now. It's like a face.
Orton in his run right now is a heel. He has been attacking all the crowd favorites, and now he's going
not
for the house of AJ
not since
Styles.
he's come back from like a chamber. He's just kind of just been Randy Orton.
It's been like 2 weeks since.
Didn't he just RKO Samoa Joe, who's a heel?
When did he RKO Samoa Joe? He didn't do it this week.
Just like 2 weeks ago.
This week, all he did was confront AJ backstage.
He's being a boring baby face, which is what Orton's kind of being right now.
He's not a baby face.
Orton's not a face. He's a heel.
I think he's turning face.
He's not turning.
Will, you have to watch SmackDown.
I watched SmackDown the past few weeks. He has face vibes to me. I watched Elimination Chamber. That
the past
RKO
few weeks you didn't watch it this week. Did you
I didn't watch it this week. That's fair.
No,
that's fair.
Exactly.
But a huge RKO heel on AJ. He's getting like those big pops again. Like, he's starting to get those big pops again.
You don't see what you did not see what he did on SmackDown.
This week, sure.
Yes, and there's no continuity between what you're saying and what happened on SmackDown.
So,
all right.
So
I still think Orton's gonna get. I think somehow Orton's gonna get in that main title picture.
Yeah.
I hope not.
Maybe after Mania.
After Mania, sure, do whatever you want, but he doesn't need to be in that picture right now.
This title picture is just a fucking mess.
You need someone with a personality that can go toe to toe with Daniel Bryan's physical personality, and Orton's not that person.
Yeah, Kofi is the person. I just don't see the marketability behind that being a top tier main
You
event.
see the marketability for the person.
First 2 matches, maybe.
You don't want to see the marketability of somebody actually being the first ever African American to win a title, to win the WWE World Championship.
Not at this Mania. Not at this Mania. I think it gets lost in the shuffle.
Why not this Mania? Why not this Mania?
Because it gets lost in the shuffle, man.
It's WrestleMania.
This Mania is going to be focused heavily around women.
It's WrestleMania. Everything gets lost in the shuffle. You build star match after star match after star match, Mania after Mania after Mania. You know what got lost in the shuffle at WrestleMania 32? AJ Chris Jericho. You know what else got lost in the shuffle? Freaking Zack Ryder winning the IC title, and that was the first match.
Yeah, but you don't want your WWE Championship match to get lost in the shuffle.
What are you talking? No, you know what else got lost in the shuffle? AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura.
I mean, in the moment it did.
Yes.
In the now debatable, because that Shinsuke heel turn at the time was fucking huge, and the placement on the card was fucking huge.
Okay, but this is WrestleMania. There are tons of things on the card that are good because there's going to be huge matches. And you just build and you build and you build. Remember last year's WrestleMania? On paper, it was the greatest WrestleMania of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was huge match after huge match after huge match. WrestleMania is built on huge marquee matches and things for everybody.
If WrestleMania was made for us, Kofi Kingston would be the main event with Daniel Bryan. But WrestleMania is not for us.
No, WrestleMania is made for us. It's going to be the main event of Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey, because that's what the marks want.
Yeah, of course. The main event, sure. But the card overall as a whole is not for us.
The card is not finished yet.
Yeah, I know, but again, if it was for us, Kofi Kingston would be getting this WWE title match. And right now, I don't think he should. I don't think his name is big enough.
So you don't think Kofi Kingston is big enough when you have Kofi Mania trending worldwide on Twitter multiple days in a row?
Because that's just marks.
Huh?
That's just marks.
It's trending worldwide on Twitter. There's more people that use Twitter more so than marks.
It's not that hard. It's really not that hard to trend on Twitter globally.
Actually, yes, it is.
When it's trending,
number one trend, absolutely.
Someone who actually
trending.
From someone
Okay,
who
when
actually uses Twitter, it is very hard.
Kofi Mania has been trending ever since he got added to the Elimination Chamber match. It's
Thank you,
been
Dave.
continuously in the top trends, and that's for 2 to 3 weeks now.
Thank you, Dave.
If it was just Marks, it would no longer have stayed at that trend level. So it's growing, and I would like to see it. I'm still curious on where we are right now is Kevin Owens versus Daniel Bryan. Kofi was just removed. You guys had mentioned, Ricky, you mentioned Vince is kind of booking against the fans. And we have that in 2 different feuds now. So I'm trying to see how in each feud we're moving to. I know with the women it's going to happen. I feel with the Kofi Kingston it's going to happen. How we get there, I don't know yet.
Yeah, I think Kofi's going to be even more compelling too, because this is like a total slap in the face.
Oh yeah, like a total slap in the face, and obviously he has the support of Shane, Stephanie, and Triple H. So
he would have been a great Fastlane main event. Would have been an unbelievable match that people
would remember.
But
listen. Remember what Vince said? Vince says he has to give you the best thing the whole time. So in Vince's mind, he's like, Fastlane has to be as good as Mania. So that's why you put in Kevin Owens, which is actually a bad move. I think Fastlane has to be a little bit lower than Mania. Even more.
Perfect for Kofi.
But not for Kofi, no. Kofi wasn't supposed to get a crazy main event spot at Elimination Chamber. He did the best of it.
Well, this was supposed to be Mustafa, but
it's not believable with Mustafa now.
Well, okay. If Mustafa didn't get hurt, everything Kofi Kingston would have done, including the chamber, including the spot, probably would have been given to Mustafa.
I've even got a chance to meet Mustafa. Nothing against him, but how long he's been on the main roster is not believable for me to have Mustafa in Kofi's spot.
I think he's more believable than Kofi.
Not at all.
Based on the run he's had since he's been called up,
wait, hold on. You want to talk about a run?
With Kofi Kingston.
Before you guys say it, I know. Kofi Kingston's been 11 years, 7-time tag champ. He has the resume, sure.
And he's 1 title away from being a Grand Slam. And how awesome would that be? How awesome would that be if that Grand Slam is a WWE World title?
What have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately?
He put on a 5-star main event match. He was a great gauntlet match competitor for over 60 minutes.
That's in the past 3 weeks. Mustafa Ali's been the past 3 months.
Mustafa Ali hasn't been on TV since before Elimination Chamber. Don't give me that bullshit.
Well, because he's hurt. He had a concussion in the black eye. So if he didn't get hurt, this would have been Mustafa Ali instead of Kofi.
I still don't believe Mustafa Ali in this spot.
Well, that's a dumbass.
No, it's nothing against him. It's nothing against him.
Hold on, Will. Will, you said, what have you done for me lately? Mustafa Ali has been home. Kofi Kingston has been putting on match after great match after great match and having the fans behind him.
Hey, Kofi completely deserves...
No. So your argument of what have you done for me lately and trying to put a Mustafa Ali in there is fucking stupid.
Dude.
Kofi has earned the spot that was made for Mustafa Ali. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it.
The future
WrestleMania match. He doesn't
deserve
it.
Don't backtrack now. Do not backtrack.
I'm not backtracking.
You are backtracking.
I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. It's a difference. I'm backtracking.
I would not believe.
Listen to me. Kofi Kingston deserves the spot Mustafa Ali was supposed to have, but he does not deserve it. That is my argument.
No, it's not.
Because it's not marketable. It's not marketable. It's not the money. Mustafa Ali shouldn't have the message.
Kevin Owens is marketable, and Kevin Owens hasn't been on TV for almost a year.
Yeah, but he's a former champion.
So is Kofi Kingston.
He's a former world champion. Universal, technically, but world champion.
Okay, and he's on SmackDown. The Universal title has never been defended on SmackDown.
He's a top-tier belt, and he's a top-tier contender in talent. Kofi Kingston is not top.
Kofi Kingston is absolutely.
He just beat all the top talent on SmackDown in pretty much a gauntlet match. He went up against all the top talent. Elimination Chamber.
He's still not top tier talent.
So you're pretty much saying you agree with Vince McMahon. which is what you're telling me.
100%.
No, and that's
Hashtag
because
Will's racist.
Shouldn't be because you said Fastlane shouldn't be as big as WrestleMania.
I 100% agree with Vince. I do 100% agree with
And with that
Vince.
booking, you're saying Kevin Owens should be in the Fastlane main event and not in the WrestleMania
He's a
main event.
top tier talent. I don't think Kevin Owens should be in his Fast. I think Kofi should be in his Fastlane main event.
What describes top tier talent then?
A former champion.
Because
a former heavyweight champion.
Because if you go with your booking and saying
that's only AJ Styles, Randy Orton.
Yes.
But if you go with your booking and saying that Kofi Kingston should be in Fastlane and not WrestleMania main event, then you're going against what Vince has just done. So you don't agree with Vince.
Wait. Say it again.
You said Kofi Kingston should be in the main event, and you also said to be in the main event of Fastlane, and that you agree with Vince. But Vince doesn't agree with you. Vince says KO should be in there, so you do not agree with Vince.
Well, I agree with Vince.
Don't agree with Vince?
No. All right.
You don't agree with Vince. Okay, you don't. You can't say you agree with Vince and then go completely opposite of Vince. Okay, you don't.
I agree with Vince in theory, but just not for Fastlane.
So now you're picking and choosing when you agree with them.
Apply that logic.
You are picking and choosing.
Hear me out. Okay, now I got it. Apply that logic for Fastlane to WrestleMania. That's the point.
What do you mean? Apply the logic for Fastlane?
So what the promo Vince cut on Raw on SmackDown saying that he's not the star player.
You mean the one you didn't see?
The one I didn't see. The one you described to me.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a redo of 30, but with Kofi and Daniel Bryan.
And you're going to tell me Daniel Bryan didn't deserve that main event?
No, Daniel Bryan 100% deserved that main event.
Kofi's in the exact same position now.
No, he's not, because Daniel Bryan won the belt before. He was a top-tier talent. He was a world champion before that, too. Top-tier talent.
For 2 seconds, and he got screwed over.
No, he had the World Heavyweight Championship.
In which he lost in 28 seconds.
No. Before that. At WrestleMania, he lost in 28 seconds, but he had a decent run before that. He got screwed there.
Kofi
he had the 2 belts and got screwed over by Randy Orton. Yes, but he's still top-tier talent.
Kofi is top-tier talent, too. Think about this.
Has been nothing more than upper mid-card. He flirted with main event. Never got it.
Because he had one bad move with Randy Orton doesn't mean he's not a top-tier talent. Doesn't mean right now.
I'm not saying it's deserved.
Listen. In your what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? Is that Kofi Kingston's been the hottest thing next to Becky Lynch in wrestling right 100%.
Now. And I think he deserves that Fastlane main event.
And if you're going with the theory of what the McMahon said about listening to the crowd, Kofi's your person. Kofi's your guy. You don't always use nepotism to give it to people who have been there before. Because guess what? We've seen that already. You bitched about seeing these things already. So how about you just do something new?
I agree. It should have been at Fastlane. It's not a WrestleMania thing. It doesn't deserve WrestleMania. It deserves Fastlane.
We're saying Kofi deserved it, but I think why not Kofi at WrestleMania? Kofi's been.
It's not marketable.
You talk about people that earned it and marketable. Okay, you're saying Kofi's not marketable. Kofi, like I said, you market it as the guy who hasn't won the big one, a bunch of people, and one of the people who could be the first ever African American WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
It markets itself.
But it's going to be a third or fourth match on WrestleMania.
It's not going to.
It's not going to go third or fourth to last.
Listen. You said peak moments.
He's not top tier talent.
Listen. You're saying peak moments, and this is WrestleMania. Every match on WrestleMania is big, and you can have peaks and valleys anywhere you want. You're telling me this isn't a peak match?
It's a valley.
Listen. Was Undertaker and Shawn Michaels the main event of WrestleMania 25?
It was a peak, though.
Yes or no? Will, yes or no?
It was a peak.
Okay.
It was a peak.
Okay.
But that match had months and months of building.
Kofi has 11 years of building of never getting a shot at the title. That builds itself.
Sure, but Undertaker and Shawn are top-tier talents.
Listen, Kofi has the build of being an African American who's never gotten his shot at the big thing.
Yes, he does.
I'm trying to get the glass.
It markets itself.
It markets itself.
Of course, it markets it perfectly for the mid-card.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, we're literally just going into me and Ricky think it's marketable. You think Kofi's a mid-tier talent. Yeah. You're racist.
Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. I'm not fucking racist. Go fuck yourself.
You are racist, actually. It's kind of racist. Everything you said.
It's not racist. It has nothing to do with Kofi Kingston. He's not a top-tier talent.
Kevin Owens has been a top-tier talent in a year, and you're going to give him the title?
He's been out.
So what?
Kevin Owens has been in that main event scene.
What have you done lately?
If you have been in the main event scene, you can go back in a snap.
And why not give anybody else a chance? You're literally creating a
You're
glass ceiling
collapsing
here.
All right, put it,
You're
of course.
creating a glass ceiling.
Yes, I am. Put it this way.
Okay, and that's
if back in
and
two,
wait,
okay, all right,
and innately,
Ricky,
and innately,
if back in
no,
2010,
and
if
innately,
back in
glass ceiling is
2010,
racist.
Kofi
Innately,
Kingston,
glass ceiling is racist and classist and sexist and everything that people,
if Kofi
especially in
Kingston,
wrestling, have been fighting to break through this entire time. The women just got it. Why not an African American like Kofi Kingston, who has been nothing but loyal to the WWE for so long, and just now is getting the respect from the fans that he actually deserves? And you're not going to capitalize on that. You're not going to capitalize on all the merch he sold with the New Day. And we've been talking about New Day singles run. Why not give it to Kofi? It markets itself. Everybody, especially with New Day, want this Kofi push. Why not Kofi? Why not now?
because he's not top tier talent.
With
If
your
he
gla- with your-
won,
with your-
if
with
he,
your
okay,
racism,
remember
with
back in
racism,
2010, he had
and
that
glass
big,
ceiling,
that big
that's
feud.
your-
All right, hey, let me talk. Let me
No,
talk.
with glass ceiling, no one's a top tier talent. The top tier talent is the people that you select to be a top tier talent.
It's
That's
because
not top tier talent.
wrestling's fake, Ricky. Wrestling's fake.
Doesn't
It's Bret
matter.
Hart
Doesn't
time.
matter. I don't give a fuck about that. Okay, don't glass ceiling anybody. This man deserves it. I mean, yes, I don't agree with Dave about people deserving things, especially with WWE. But in this day and age, right now, with everything that they have said about listening to fans and getting people over, people that the fans want over, Kofi's over right now. Kofi's your hot guy. You
Of
go
course
with
he's
that
over.
hot guy right now.
I love Kofi Kingston right now. I love his spot he's in. I think it's
Kofi
perfect for
Kingston.
Fastlane.
Like Kofi Kingston is what you're telling me.
No,
You don't
I
think-
am
don't
with
think-
you
don't
guys.
think Kofi Kingston's
I
a
agree
good
with
performer.
everything you said. Kofi
You're
Kingston
not
is
agreeing at
so
all.
over, but
You're
it's
not
not WrestleMania worthy.
I
That
think
is
it's
what I'm
WrestleMania.
saying. Huh?
WrestleMania Derby is all about surprises and shocks. And Kofi Kingston is WrestleMania Derby. You know who apparently wasn't also WrestleMania?
Moments.
Yes, WrestleMania is built on moments. Zack Ryder winning the IC title is a moment.
Of course it is.
Okay,
And Zack Ryder is also not top tier
the guy
talent.
getting slammed by Hulk Hogan was a moment.
Of course it was.
Okay,
Both top tier talent.
It's built on moments. It's not always built on who is your top tier person or not.
In this
Oh.
moment, will be lost in the mid card.
No, it wouldn't. It's built on moments. Like Zack Ryder winning didn't take away from Austin coming back and with Shawn Michaels and Mick Foley at the same WrestleMania. Okay,
So
it didn't
one more
take
time.
away
One more
from
time.
that at all.
One more
Zack
time.
Ryder winning
Yeah.
didn't take away from Austin Foley and Michaels coming back. There's still great moments in WrestleMania that happened at the same WrestleMania.
No, of course not. Those two are
It didn't
unrelated.
and all of the moments in WrestleMania are unrelated. None of them are related. Every WrestleMania moment you create is not related to another one. Charlotte doing a moonsault is related again to like Zack Ryder winning, also the same WrestleMania.
Yeah, also not related.
Again, like I said, no WrestleMania moment is related to another one.
Well, we're not comparing WrestleMania moments.
But that's what we're saying is that it's about.
I'm not comparing Kofi's
No.
potential. I'm not comparing
No.
Kofi's match
Here's
to
what we're
Becky's match.
Here's
I'm
what we're
comparing the
comparing.
placement on the card.
Yes,
and
but
where
we're
it
saying
should be.
We're saying about WrestleMania is not placed on the card. WrestleMania is about moments. I've seen moments out of shit matches at WrestleMania before. Your marquee match doesn't always give us the moment that you think we're going to get.
Sure. But your WWE should be in the top tier, and Kofi Kingston's not top tier talent.
WWE hasn't been. Kofi Kingston is top tier talent. The way they've been treating the WWE Championship is the secondary world title to Universal. You should know that of all people, since Raw is the WWE standards, the A show.
Mhm.
And the second and the quote unquote second tier, even though the WWE World Title has been the oldest title that they had, when you have branded pay-per-views, they put it somewhere in the mid. Shinsuke and AJ could have headlined WrestleMania, but they didn't.
Because what happened? They shouldn't.
Ray and Randy Orton didn't headline WrestleMania.
Ray and who?
Bray and Randy Orton.
Ray and Randy. Oh, thank God it didn't.
Yeah, because it was
Thank God
Roman
it
and Taker.
It was Roman and Taker. There are matches and there are things that sometimes supersede the championship. Roman and Taker was probably one of them.
Yeah, top tier talent.
Okay, but it's also about moments. So you saying Kofi's a top tier talent is a slap in the face to everything that Kofi's done. And
Kofi Kingston's a Hall of Famer.
It also makes you seem racist, actually, too. I agree with Dave on this one.
Top tier talent is someone who has had the main titles. Has Kofi had a main title?
Glass ceiling talking here.
But that's just a fact.
It's not a fact. not a fact.
Well, so in your eyes, no one will be a top tier talent until they achieve that world title. But when they're in the conversation to get that world title and make them top tier talent, you say they don't deserve to be in that position to get that title.
Put it this way: if Kofi Kingston,
Yeah, that's true. So wait, hold on. So
no,
you're
this is
saying
what I've been trying to say for the past 20 minutes. If
so
Kofi
is Jinder
Kingston
Mahal a
won the
top-tier
belt
talent?
in 2010
Wait, with that
against
logic-
Randy Orton,
with that
he
logic,
would
Jinder
totally
Mahal's a
deserve it because he
top-tier
would be
talent.
top tier talent.
So wait, with that logic, Jinder Mahal's a top tier talent. Great Khali is a top tier talent, right?
Yes.
That's true. Dave might die.
It would be very, very
Dave might
hard
die.
to get them back there.
But
They are
hold on.
top-tier
You
talent.
just killed your own argument again.
No, hey,
Because you
they
just
have
killed your
made
argument again. You
Ricky,
just
you
said-
loved the
you said
Jinder run.
anybody-
You loved the
I
Jinder
did
run
love
more
the
than
Jinder run
anybody. He
because
main
it was
evented
something-
pay-per-views. He's top-tier
He
talent.
didn't main event a pay-per-view, actually. Jinder Mahal, actually, you said it'd be hard to get him back, but previously you had just said anybody who's a top-tier talent can get back there instantly, and you just killed your own argument.
It's well for Jinder it would be very, very difficult.
No, you cannot
would be
pick and
very,
choose.
very
You
difficult,
cannot
but they're
pick and
still
choose.
top
You're
tier
cherry
talent.
picking your own arguments yet again. Stop doing that. Stick to one thing and stick with it the whole.
I am
way.
sticking with it. They're top tier talent.
No, you're not. No, you're very, very hard. But before you're like, oh, they'll get back there instantly if they can do it. If they've done it before, that's cherry picking. You're picking and choosing again, creating
They're
another
top
glass
tier
ceiling.
talent. I'm sorry, they're top tier talent. They won the world title.
So you're saying they'll get back there?
No, right now they will not. But
So that's cherry picking.
Well,
That's
Khali
don't
won't
you-
because he's can't walk. Jinder, it would be very, very difficult, but he is top tier talent. It's always possible. If this was Jinder right now, God help us all.
So before Seth won the world title,
He wasn't top tier talent?
The WWE Championship, yeah, before he had to steal WrestleMania, he wasn't top tier.
He became top
But,
tier. He was
but,
on his way to top tier. He was on the elevation
So
to top
Kofi's
tier.
not on his elevation to top tier.
He was. Kofi could be. He very well could be, but I don't think he deserves it
Why not?
because it's right now.
Name
Is
someone more deserving. Don't say Kevin Owens, as he hasn't.
Kevin Owens is already top tier.
No, name somebody more deserving than
To
Kofi.
become a top tier,
To become a top tier. So is this somebody you're choosing to get over your glass ceiling?
right now, with what have you done for me lately, and in terms of
Kingston.
being over, there isn't anyone more well deserving than Kofi Kingston.
All right,
So,
there you go.
But
so
I-
why not?
but I-
Why
but
not
I-
for the moment for
again,
Kofi?
Why not for the moment for Kofi?
Because
Why not for the moment for
I
Kofi?
don't because I don't see it being a top tier at this WrestleMania. There's too
Don't
many
see it
other
being-
moments that would overshadow it.
There's a lot. WrestleMania is built on moment after moment after moment. Like I
This
said
would be
before,
great for a SummerSlam.
not necessarily. I think for as long as his tenure has been, you do it at WrestleMania. You give a guy a nod. If you're going to go for history here, which is what I've been booking with, of being the first ever pure African American to win a WWE title, you do it at WrestleMania. You don't do it at SummerSlam.
Yeah, I agree with that as well.
But not this SummerSlam because there's other moments that could supersede it. That's horseshit.
Well, I also think it's I also said before, I think it's possible Brock could hang on to his title because you gotta save something for Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, but we're not talking about the Universal title. We're
Right,
talking
of course,
about
that was another moment that could have been saved. This is a moment that's probably gonna, if it does happen, it could also be saved because this wasn't supposed to be Kofi. This was never the plan.
It wasn't
for
supposed
Kofi.
to be Daniel Bryan either.
Sure, but this
But it
only
still
happened
happened.
because of
So
Mustafa
why-
Ali's injury. So I
So
don't
what-
see it going all the way.
Why not? Who knows when
Because he's
Mustafa
not
Ali's coming
top
back?
tier talent.
Would define top tier talent. Anybody that's ever had a championship? Is the Intercontinental title not a top tier? Is the US
No, it's
title
mid card. It's the
not
workers
a
belt.
top tier?
Top tier talent is the world title, the big gold belt, the universal title, or the,
The
WWE
big gold belt
title.
doesn't exist anymore.
I'm saying in the past. that's what it counts.
They were going to give Ric Flair a commemorative one, but we all know what happened there.
Yeah, so is Ricky Steamboat not a top tier talent?
Did he ever win the big one?
Is Goldust not a top tier
What
talent?
Well, that's
about
a top tier
Rowdy Roddy Piper?
Not top
He
tier
was-
talent.
He was a top tier talent. He just
Roddy
never got
Piper
a run
actually
with it.
main evented the first WrestleMania, and only your top tier's main event WrestleMania.
Boom.
Roddy Piper is a top
The-
tier heel. He is a top tier speaker. He is a top tier Hall of Famer. But he never won the big one.
Which would make it a top tier talent. You can call him a top tier talent.
Okay, you
from
can't
someone
compare.
who never won the big
Kofi
one.
Kingston, Roddy
If it
Piper,
walks like a duck, talks like a duck, looks like a duck.
What we're saying is your argument is flawed because we have someone who's a top tier talent in Roddy Piper, who never won the big one, but it's still a top tier talent.
There are always exceptions to the rule. There are people who transcend the business. Roddy Piper just happens to be one of them.
You're backing out of your own argument. It's okay.
But there are always exceptions to the rule.
That's backing out of
Goldust, no. Okay. Goldust is not a top tier talent.
I would say Goldust is the ultimate mid Carter.
Of course. That's not top tier, though. That's the middle.
Yeah,
Hall of Famer.
We're not arguing.
100% a Hall of Famer.
We're not arguing Goldust. We're arguing
100% a Hall of Famer.
We're arguing Kofi.
Honky Tonk Man, 100% a Hall of Famer, not top tier talent.
He's a character more so than a talent.
Yeah.
But Kofi is a talent. You
can make the argument for Roddy Piper, too.
No, Roddy could get it done in the ring.
Agreed. But he was more of a character. He was more known for his heel antics and his promos than his in-ring work.
It's what he excelled in.
Of course.
But Kofi, I think, excels in it all. And Kofi is a top talent.
And we've gotten so many good moments from him. A lot of them came in the Royal Rumbles, but
yeah.
That's neither here nor there. Like, remember the longest reigning tag team? Like, he just hasn't been given a shot to get that belt. Right. This would have been Fastlane would have been his first one-on-one shot for the gold.
And I wanted to see that match.
And just because you don't get a shot for the gold does not mean that you're not a top tier talent.
Yeah.
Not winning it does.
Well,
no, not at all. There's plenty of people who have tried to go for the big one and have lost. I love Booker T.
Yeah, well, he won he's top tier talent though.
Booker T never won.
He won the big gold belt, Ricky.
WCW,
on SmackDown. That was SmackDown's number one belt. He was the head of SmackDown.
It was WCW.
He won it. King Booker had it.
WCW.
Top tier talent.
I wouldn't call it. I wouldn't say it that way. He never won the WWE Championship.
But he won a world title. He was the head of SmackDown because the WWE title was on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
The world title was on SmackDown.
Yes.
He was the champion of SmackDown. That's the top tier, the main event.
So Kofi wasn't just the main event of Elimination Chamber?
But he wasn't there's a difference between main event and pay-per-view and main event and a brand.
You're juggling.
I'm not juggling.
You're just juggling over your
words. The main event of SmackDown as champion. Kofi Kingston's never been that. That's the difference.
Really, because I think Kofi Kingston just main evented SmackDown this week, which you didn't see, obviously, because you don't watch SmackDown.
Okay.
Kofi Kingston main evented Elimination Chamber.
Ricky, Kofi Kingston main evented for months as champion.
Kofi Kingston main evented.
Kofi Kingston is now in the main event of SmackDown.
Yeah.
And he may not be getting the title shot at Fastlane like you want, because his moment's going to be better with the fans behind him all chanting his name at WrestleMania.
On the mid-card.
But if he wins the title, is that not top tier?
If he wins the title, he'll become a top-tier talent.
I think he's already 100%. A top tier.
I think he's already a top-tier talent.
He's already a top tier.
We differ in it's a Dave definition game, and how you define top tier. You guys define it differently from me. That's fine.
I define it on people who have been, obviously excelling at their craft for an extended period of time.
Sure.
Not someone who's a flash in the pan. Because right now Mustafa Ali is a flash in the pan.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens.
Mustafa Ali's not top tier either.
Mustafa Ali just got there. We don't even have time to assess his career.
I'm still with the argument. Don't get me wrong. I'm a huge Mustafa Ali fan, but I do not believe he would have been given the same run in the Chamber and after Chamber as Kofi is.
Yeah, and sometimes things go right. A story writes itself sometimes.
The organic storylines are the ones that hit
you have
with the
to
fans the
capitalize
most.
on.
That's why the two biggest names that you have chanted right now are Becky and Kofi, because they're organic and they're not being shoved down our throats. They developed because of unfortunate things that happened in the ring, but they developed organically, and the fans got behind it.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
And now that the fans are behind it, that's when you get Vince calling the audible in storyline with putting Kevin Owens in the match on SmackDown for Fastlane and putting Charlotte in the match as the de facto Royal Rumble winner on Raw.
And we're back to that again. I agree with Vince's logic, just not for his logic for Fastlane. Like, he's wrong. Kofi deserves the Fastlane spot. So,
why doesn't Kofi deserve the Mania spot?
For everything Vince said.
Why? Because he's good, but he's not that good to get his moment at Mania? They gave it the fucking writer. Okay, and Kofi's tons more accomplished than writer.
Remember, the whole Vince says the brass ring?
You mean the glass ceiling?
The brass ring?
The
you mean the glass
ring?
The brass ring?
Yeah.
Kofi never got it. He reached for it. Never got it.
Has Kofi not tried to get that glass? And did Kofi not put on a great performance right now?
Yeah.
Did Kofi not make himself a brand new star during the gauntlet match?
Yes, he did. 100% he did.
You told me
Kofi's reaching for it right now.
No, okay. Kofi has reached for the ring as much as he's been allowed to.
Yeah, of course.
But WWE is so behind the times in a lot of places where they should be further along that they're stuck in a holding pattern. The fact that it's just going on 3.5 years ago that the term divas was changed to women's superstars. And the women got a new women's title. Like, unfortunately, let's call a spade a spade. Vince has not been good historically pushing superstars of color.
It's very true.
Very true.
And then when you do have an organic situation of the New Day, Sasha Banks, Rich Swann,
Rich Swann got himself in trouble.
No. But what I was saying, when you have it organically so happen that they all have championships, a picture of black excellence gets them heat backstage. It's so dumb. It's dumbfounded me how behind they are with this. Now something organically has happened, and Kofi is top tier. I 100% believe top tier talent, and because of how organic the reaction is with the crowd, the moment would have been lost at Fastlane, but will be remembered at Mania, at a New York Mania.
Yeah, which is a big deal.
Yeah, like let's look at the New York Manias we have in the past. We had 29. I was there live. Undertaker's last defense of the streak. You had Cena going. You had Cena going over the Rock. And then you had Triple H beat Brock so he didn't have to retire. At 20, you had that bullshit match Brock versus Goldberg.
You had the return of the original Undertaker.
The return of the Dead Man. And then at 10, what does everybody talk about from 10? The ladder match.
No one talks about that top tier championship match.
Yeah, the ladder match was for the IC title. Were they top tier talent then?
Shawn Michaels was on the rise for top tier talent. But at the time, no, they were not.
You can say no. There you go. Just say no. Don't try to make an excuse. Just say
no.
All we want is yes or no.
They were not. But Shawn Michaels became top tier talent.
Yeah, but at the time, were they?
We're not talking about what
great. We're not talking about what they became. We're talking about what they were at the moment. And at the moment,
no, they were not. But that was
okay. But that's
I didn't see what that was in the card.
That's nothing else that needs to be said. It was in the middle, actually.
Show stealer.
No, you can't. No, that's right.
Which is a perfect spot for rising top tier talent, which Razor was supposed to be, but he left.
You don't know if it was show stealer or not.
It has to be, because when everyone talked about.
Do you consider Ron Simmons a top tier talent?
All right.
Yeah, he won it in WCW.
He won in WCW.
Yeah.
Was he a top tier talent in WWE?
No, but he still has that stigma of top tier talent.
No.
Stigma or glass ceiling? Sorry, I missed that.
No,
so he said Ron Simmons.
I brought up Ron Simmons.
Top tier talent.
Because Ron Simmons is the first African American to hold the World Heavyweight Championship.
A World Heavyweight Championship in the history of wrestling.
Yeah. Yes. So top tier talent.
But when he came in WWE, acolytes, one of the leaders of the Nation of Domination, and now he's known for one thing. Damn, I
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, Ron Simmons is top tier talent.
But here's the problem with your top tier talent there. You get this holding cell of people, of the same people holding the titles, and that's not what everybody wants. That becomes mundane and boring. And the fact that you are not willing to give other people chances that's what kills the product.
Back again, guys. Now we're talking in circles. I
No,
would have
not at all.
loved to see Kofi Kingston in Fast Lane. Do we got that? We're all clear on that, right?
Well, no, we know, but you're saying that he's not good enough to get his moment at WrestleMania, and that's
Yes.
what we have offense to. Because
Okay,
I think
that's
he is
fine.
good enough.
Like I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. It's kind of racist.
That's
It is.
not fucking racist.
It is kind of
Racist is he shouldn't be there because he's black.
Well,
That's
kind of what you're
racist.
saying. That's kind of what you're saying. In other
That's
words,
not what I'm saying.
you're saying he's not top tier talent. That's also been used in wrestling before. When Triple H told Booker T, people like you don't win the world title.
That was racist.
So Ricky, it's not just me. I just want to
No,
get
I understand when people talk in code. Yes.
So what else happened on SmackDown?
That's it.
Ooh.
We're done.
No, we got the United States Open Challenge.
That's it. We're done.
Andrade was
Hour and a half.
gonna
We're done.
Andrade was gonna come accept it. Ray took it. We got the Ray Andrade feud back.
That better be for a U.S. title because that would be fantastic.
Oh my god, dude! I like what you said in the chat about ladder match for the United States.
I think it's I think it's the perfect time for it.
Yeah,
You've been listening to the King's Wings podcast, episode number 137. What is top tier talent? Please, I would love to hear everyone's opinions on what you think top tier talent is.
It's actually called Ico
Bros.
Bros.
Opinion, guys. It's fucking racist.
And last night we
KOTR
did get this
podcast. T as in Thomas. ARASHUK. Dave, do your fucking plugs.
Yo, what's up? It's Dusty Dave. I hope you guys enjoyed talking today. But I like to take this reminder. It is the last day to enter the hashtag KOTR rewards contest, where originally it was going to be tomorrow at midnight, but happy birthday, Ricky.
Thank you.
So it will be the contest will be drawn on Friday before you go to work, and I'll have to try and send this stuff out on Saturday. But the winner gets an autographed Asuka Pop and an autographed Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks picture. To enter, subscribe to our Patreon, automatic entries, buy our shit, entries, and hashtag KOTR rewards. From what I've gotten, it is the biggest to date.
Yes, it is.
So, from me, goodbye and good night. Will's racist.
Bang.
Ricky.
I was gonna go that far. I was gonna say, "Whoa, what's going on, folks?" King Ricky Rose, of the Kings of the Rings podcast, executive producer of KOTR podcast, general manager of Wrestle Addict Radio. Rant Gala coming soon. Join our Patreon for more info. WrestleMania tailgate coming as well. We'll have more details on that since we didn't talk about it this week because Will's dealing with his closet racism. And here you can find me on all social media at Ambassador Biggs, BIGZ Ambassador Biggs. Hopefully wrestling's been good. Hopefully it gets better as we go along. The road to WrestleMania is heating up. I'm very, very excited for everything that is coming to fruition. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Until then, back to you, Will.
We're the Kings of the Rings. You both can go fuck yourself.
And we'll see you soon.
Fuck you, son.
What the fuck is this at the end of Roman Reigns' music?
What do you mean?
I
Isn't
don't
it
know.
a
It was
guitar
like a weird
riff?
string. It was like a weird string.
Well, it was a guitar riff. Guitar riff. Damn it.
Okay, I'm stopping recording now. Did Will just hang up?
No, it's here, isn't it?
Oh, no, he left.
Oh. I guess it's...
I guess his
not.
racism got the best of him.
I'm sorry, it's not a racist.
yeah, it came off like a closeted racist comment.
Yeah, you know what it is because he couldn't actually put an argument about just saying he's not top tier just because he doesn't want to belt doesn't mean he's not top tier.
I think his argument skills have reminiscent of Dave argument skills from past episodes.
Well, you know what it was is I wasn't gonna let him just rumble his way through this. A lot of the times I'll just like be like, oh, okay, whatever, and move on. But this one kind of hit a chord with me. I think, and I wasn't gonna let him because if you saw or if you noticed, he was he would do one thing and then he'd go back to another thing and then he'd
Yeah.
flip flop and I'm like, you're flip flopping again. Like, don't flip flop. But he'll get over it. He'll be fine. We all have our moments. Fuck. Why can I not?
So, welcome to the 30s, brother.
Oh fuck!
Uh,
It's
uh,
not.
uh,
It's not happening yet. Technically, it's supposed to be at 5:12 in the morning.
oh, okay. Well, then I'll make sure to text you when I wake up at 5 in the morning.
Yeah,
No,
dope.
but
'Cause my mom's already
yeah.
waking me up already. Yeah, I'm gonna see Fighting with My Family tomorrow. Actually,
Nice. Tomorrow, let's see, I have my two classes. I have a career center appointment, and I don't know what else. Then on Friday, I have work, and then I'm going to Jersey, and then on Saturday morning, I'm going to Atlantic City.
so what are you guys going there for?
We're going to WWE's live show at the Hard Rock Casino.
Oh, is it SmackDown or Raw?
I'm not sure, but so we're going down there. We're gonna get dinner before, and I'm gonna be staying overnight because I ain't fucking driving back to Long Island that late. Fuck
I
that
bet.
noise.
Were you staying in Wildwood or are you just staying in Atlantic
No,
City?
I'm staying at the Hard Rock. I'm not sure. I think brother Rob lives in Trenton, so he'll probably drive back. And Aunt will. I'm not sure if him and his dad are going to be staying in AC overnight, but it is what it is. I mean, like, I want to enjoy it while I'm down there.
Yeah. Why the fuck? Did I lose all my shit? Sorry. Hold on, Dave.
No worries. Oh my god, all these belts are so
There
heavy.
we go.
I was literally gonna bring them down, but like I'm way too tired, so I'm just gonna put them on my hamper until tomorrow.
Did you know what I think it is, Dave?
What?
Well, here's the thing. You're very well traveled in the world. I'm also very well traveled. I'm just not as traveled as you are because you've been to more countries than I have. Like, Will lives a very sheltered lifestyle up to now.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
It's he comes from a very northeast perspective, which I get, but it's just you got to live a little.
Yeah,